I'm Bradley.
And I'm Brendon.
And on today's Christmas themed episode of Story Proof, we're playing another game because I thought I hadn't tortured Brendon enough.
And it will be only me being tortured, apparently, in this episode.
Yes. So, full transparency, we had an idea for an episode and we got a little bit in and it just wasn't working the way we wanted it to. So then we, sat for a minute, thought about what we wanted to do, how we wanted to proceed. So this is a little similar to the guessing game that we did a few weeks ago, where we had a certain year and we were talking about highest grossing films of those years. So what I have here is I have a list of movies that Brendon is going to be guessing, all of Christmas movies. The first category are the highest grossing Christmas films of all time. I will say that this list is not adjusted for inflation, but as I told Brendon before we started, none of these movies are old enough for that to really have much of an impact on this list.
So, what is the oldest, what year is the oldest movie on this list?
I will tell you that after you successfully guess it. I'm not giving you that. That is far too much information. The second...
I had to try.
Yeah, the second category is highest grossing Christmas film franchises. I have already told Brendon this, but for this list, you're going to have to kind of expand your thinking of what is a Christmas movie.
So we're talking like Die Hard or something like that.
There's all that particular movie is always the one that's in the discourse about, is it a Christmas movie, is it not? That kind of thinking is going to do well for you in this particular game.
Okay.
As always, I will give you hints and clues, and I will help you as best I can. Much like I told Brendon before, though, these are not like random shot-in-the-dark movies. I'm telling you, you know these movies. I think I've watched most of this list with you at some point in time. There is one in particular that I'm like, is it a Christmas movie? Yes. Would you ever fucking say it's a Christmas movie? No. But we'll get there.
This is going to end up being like something where there's like one scene that's in the movie that
there
takes
is
place
literally,
at Christmas,
I swear to
it's
God,
like...
there is one scene that I think of that I'm like, oh shit, I guess it does take place at Christmas. You'd never get that from the rest of the fucking movie, though.
Okay, great. This is going to be so much fun for me.
You're going to knock a couple of these out, just boom, 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 one after another. Then once you get about halfway down the list, you're going to be like, okay. I will say that for the box office one, there is a pretty big jump between numbers 1 and 2 and then 2 and 3. But then after that, it's not like super close, but it's fairly close after that. So, without any further ado, Brendon,
okay,
what do you believe is the highest grossing Christmas film of all time?
Okay, let's see. Highest grossing Christmas film of all time. We're going to go fairly recent. Is it going to be something like Violent Night or something like that? No, Violent Night wouldn't have made that much money.
No, God, that's...
Violent Night would be funny.
I'm trying to see if it's even in the... Because the list I have actually goes to... Violent Night is number 35.
Well, at least I was on the board.
Yeah, The Holdovers that I mentioned earlier is number 49.
The Holdovers is so good.
Fucking Miracle on 34th Street's on this.
Okay, just because your theater issues arose from Miracle on 34th Street, let's not...
That show sucks. But yeah, the movie's actually pretty good.
The movie's great.
Yes, highest grossing film of all time within the last 10 years. It's a good movie. I thoroughly enjoy it. I enjoyed it significantly more than I thought I would.
There are a lot of movies that you enjoy that...
Christmas movie from the last 10 years? I can name 2 that I like. This is not necessarily a remake so much as a different take of a well-known story and character.
It's not the animated A Christmas Carol, is it?
No.
Okay.
It is not. It is animated, though. I really thought you were about to nail it.
All right, so it's an animated movie from the last 10 years.
Why is it every time we play this, it's like every intelligent thought you've ever had is just gone?
An animated Christmas movie from the last 10 years.
Yes.
And it has fully to do with Christmas, like Christmas is
1
the entire
billion %. Hard Christmas movie. Capital C. Animated. Personally, I think one of the funniest characters in the movie is voiced by a very active person from Saturday Night Live.
Like current Saturday Night Live?
To the best of my knowledge, yes. Certainly of the last number of years. I believe they are still on there. I'd be shocked if they weren't. Keep in mind what I said about this is not a wholly original Christmas movie. The characters in it, the stories, you've seen it before. Multiple times, actually. You are making me lose faith in humanity right now.
It's not the Grinch.
Yes! It's The Grinch.
The Grinch with Benedict Cumberbatch?
Yes!
Is the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time.
$538,920,000. The Grinch from 2018. Why did it take you so long to... you just stared at me for 45 minutes with a blank expression on your face.
Because I could not fathom that The Grinch is the highest grossing movie of all time.
I gave you good clues to lead you there!
Who's in it from SNL?
Kenan Thompson.
Oh.
He's the... I don't know if he's the mayor, but he's the guy that's like overly friendly in the movie.
I've never seen that movie.
Oh, he's in it. That's funny. They're screaming goats.
Okay.
Pretty good movie. Okay, well, that took an hour. Second movie, highest grossing of all time. Extraordinarily well-known Christmas movie. Not animated. It is... Oh boy. Career-making movie. Well, hold on. Career-defining movie. Main lead, not their first movie. Multiple very well-known actors and actresses in this movie. Pre-2000.
Okay, pre-2000 Christmas movie.
Hard C Christmas movie.
Pre-2000 hard C. Within the 90s?
Yes.
Christmas movie within the 90s.
Again, career-defining performance. The lead character in this, when you think of this person, this actor's or actress's name, this is the movie for this person.
Give me your clues again.
From the 90s, career-defining performance from the lead. Outside of that, multiple well-known, named actors, actresses in this movie.
And it's a capital C Christmas movie. Like,
yes.
Everything is about Christmas, takes place at Christmas.
I would agree with the second part of that. To say everything is about Christmas, I wouldn't entirely say that. The focus on this movie is not around, Christmas itself.
It's not Christmas itself. Okay. Is there one clear lead?
Yes. 100%.
And this is a major actor who is in the lead role.
I don't know if I said that. I said career defining. Define... How would you say? Main actor? Big actor?
Yeah, like I said, major actor. Like somebody who's well-known and...
Well-known, yes.
is
the lead in this.
yeah.
I could count on one hand the number of movies they've done since this came out. But it is a well-known person.
This isn't Jingle All the Way, is it?
No.
Okay.
What? Schwarzenegger? Really?
No, I was thinking Sinbad, bro.
Oh, no, the lead. I mean, lead. The
Like
lead.
lead.
The person on the box cover for this.
The problem is I'm blanking on movies from the 90s.
You asked for that clue.
I know. But I'm blanking.
We grew up with this. You've probably watched this movie a dozen plus times.
Is it Home Alone?
Yes! Yes, it's Home Alone! $476,684,000 from 1990. Home Alone.
Oh, man.
Macaulay Culkin, career defining, but
He hasn't done much.
yeah, hasn't done a whole lot since, but still very well known. I gave good clues for that.
Yeah, I am
All right,
freaking Home Alone.
next movie. Significantly more recent. Partially animated, partially not. Not hard C Christmas movie. That being said, there is one particular thing from this movie that is a hard C Christmas thing. I'm going to tell you it's a song.
Okay, so there's a Christmas song in this movie.
Not technically what I said. I wouldn't focus on in this movie part. Related to this movie, yes.
Related to...
When you hear it, you'll understand why I'm like, partially animated, partially not. Post the year 2000.
Okay, so it's post... So there's a mix of live action and animation in it.
Yes. There are a few characters that are animated. The majority of the movie is live action. I would think maybe kind of like Space Jam type thing.
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe not the majority of live action part, but that idea behind it.
This isn't going to be Elf.
No.
Because it doesn't fit.
That's fair with the
Yeah, but,
partially animated, partially not, though.
yeah.
That's a fair guess. This is one of the more recent, I guess, soirees into these characters and these stories. Been around for a long time.
Okay. So live action animation.
I would wager that there are people that have never seen this movie and could name all three of the main characters of this by name. Characters, not actors. Characters.
So is this like an original thing, or is it based on, or is it like based off of something from the past?
Based off something from the past.
Was that something a cartoon or?
At some point in time, yes. I don't know if it was originally. I don't know why I'm thinking it might have been a comic book. Most well known as a cartoon.
Okay.
Certainly most well known as a cartoon.
And this is, we're going in order, right? So this is one. So you had one was The Grinch, two was
Home Alone.
Home Alone, and this
Three.
is the third highest grossing mix of live action and animation post 2000.
And again, not hard C Christmas movie.
Not hard to see Christmas.
I don't know if I would have thought of this as the Chris. I also haven't seen it since it came out. I don't remember enjoying it all that much. I don't think it was bad. It was just kind of.
So big name actors.
At least. Big name, no. People you would absolutely recognize, yes.
Okay.
But I think they would be like, oh, it's that person. that I've seen in 10 movies. Couldn't tell you their name. A couple of those in this movie.
What are the animation? Is the animation portion of like, are they animated people? Are they animated animals? Are they?
They are not people. They are characters, but they are not people.
Okay.
They are the main characters. They are also the ones that people could name these characters, possibly without ever having seen this movie.
Is it a Smurfs movie?
No, that's a good guess though. Especially with the not hard to see Christmas part.
Yeah.
I believe came out around a very similar time though.
So like late 2000s.
Mid to late, yeah. Very kid-friendly movie as well.
I am completely blanking.
This one's hard. This is one of the two that I'm like, a Christmas movie? Okay. The song
Okay.
that I said is related to this,
Okay.
it is performed by the main characters. It is not just a song in the movie. It is a song that is performed by them. Is it performed in this movie? I don't know. But does everyone who hears that song know these are the characters that sing it? Absolutely. 100%. You know it, don't you?
Is it Alvin?
It is Alvin and the Chipmunks, yes.
It just clicked.
Yeah.
Right there.
From 2007. It's that,
Yeah.
that particular song.
Yeah.
A lot of people can name
yeah.
Theodore, Simon, Alvin without ever having seen it.
Yeah.
$365,352,000 from 2007.
You know what? That's okay. That first one isn't that bad.
Yeah, I was like, I remember it being, it's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just because Christmas Time is Here is in it and on the soundtrack.
Did they sing that in the movie?
Yeah.
That's what I couldn't remember, but I was like, even if they do, that's not what it's originally from.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm not going to touch that because I haven't seen that movie since.
I mean, they do have scenes at Christmas in that movie, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But it's not what I would call a Christmas movie, so you're right in that.
Yeah, it's not a hard see Christmas movie,
Yeah.
and it's
That's like calling Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone a
Christmas movie.
Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Because it does have a significant portion of the plot take place at Christmas.
Yeah, so fourth highest grossing.
Okay.
Ready? No more animation. Live action.
Okay. Is this one also as tangential as that?
Maybe. This is another one that I don't know that I would say hard to see Christmas. It takes place at Christmas.
Okay.
I don't know. It's hard. Is it a Christmas movie? Yes. Is it a hard to see Christmas movie? I would say no, but I don't think everyone would agree with that.
And when you're talking about hard to see Christmas movie, you're talking about like the plot resembles something, taking like the values of what Christmas is supposed to be.
Yeah, or
it plays
if it, for me, a hard to see Christmas movie is a movie that takes place at Christmas or directly involves Christmas, the holiday, the season. A not hard to see Christmas movie is a movie that just happens to take place at Christmas.
Right.
I think this is more like that. I think it's a movie that happens to take place at Christmas. It is a sequel of a movie. It's not the first one in a franchise.
Okay.
I believe almost every like notable character from the first one is in this one as well.
Okay.
There is also a U.S. president in this movie. That was too far, wasn't it? Damn it.
That was too much.
Damn it.
This is Home Alone 2.
It is Home Alone 2. I think this one I would say is probably less Christmassy than the first one. I don't know if maybe it's just because he's in the hotel instead of
That's fair.
the Christmas decorated house. Fourth highest grossing of all time for 1992, the year I was born. The year you were born. $358,994,000.
All right. All right. All right. All
Yeah.
right. All
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, that one pretty much put that U.S. president clue basically.
I was like, as soon as I said it, I'm like, God damn, that was too far. I had some more, but that's fine. All right, you ready?
All right, this is gonna be number 5.
Yes. Do you want the greatest clue of all time, but you'll probably get it immediately, or do you want me to beat around the bush a little bit?
Maybe beat around the bush a little bit, because if you give me the greatest clue of all time and I don't get it immediately, then I'm just gonna be even more embarrassed than I already am.
You will get it immediately. This movie kind of, I feel like, almost came out of nowhere. People did not expect it to be good, and boy was it. It is very good. So much better than people thought it was going to be. Live action movie, not animated.
Okay.
Extremely well known person as, hard to say the lead. There are two characters that I would say would be the leads of this movie.
Okay.
Very well known actor or actress is one of them. Beyond that, maybe only 2.5 other notable people in the movie. Extremely quotable movie. Hard C Christmas movie. Hard C Christmas movie. Nope, that's a clue too far. Not a musical, but does have 2 songs in it.
2 songs.
Only 2.
Only 2.
Only 2.
See, I had something in mind, but you say 2.
What were you thinking? Because now I wonder if you're misremembering how many songs are in this movie.
It's very possible I was. Because my mind was going to the Grinch.
It is the Grinch. How many songs do you think there are?
I only remember Cindy Lou's. Okay, yes, the obligatory one.
He sings in it with a flamethrower. Like, come on.
Fair enough. It is actually Jim Carrey singing it too. So,
Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas from 2000. 345,823,000. My clue was going to be Brendon is the greatest Christmas film ever made of all time. I love it. Done. The best.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I would have gotten it from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Very cool. God, so quotable. Good movie. Good movie. Good movie. All right. Next one. 100% animated movie. Like,
okay.
100%. Post the year 2000. Not the first take on this story.
Is it also Jim Carrey?
Yes. Damn it. Of course he had 2 back to back.
It's the A Christmas Carol from 2009 with Jim Carrey.
It is indeed.
Directed by Robert Zemeckis.
Grossed $325,286,000. I actually had not seen that movie for the first time until last year. Always thought it looked creepy. I was right, but
it was
very good.
It's an interesting take on A Christmas Carol.
Yeah,
A Christmas Carol is my favorite story of all time.
That's fair.
Yeah. But so I watch like almost every adaptation of it every year. It doesn't get old to me.
Yeah.
It's an interesting take on the character because it's actually, in some ways, especially with like the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future, they're somewhat more accurate to the books than what you normally see in adaptations, especially like the past, because in the story, the Ghost of Christmas Past is actually like a burning candle on him. But
There is a play company that I always think of them as, I think them I actually go by the play that goes wrong people. So they wrote like the play that goes wrong. They did the Peter Pan show where everything goes wrong and it's like the set's falling apart. It's all ridiculous. They do the Christmas Carol and it's hilarious. Like one of the women in the show gets a prop gun like glued to her hand, so she spends the whole show with this gun glued to her hand. The guy one of the guys wanted to play Scrooge, but he didn't get it, so he keeps trying to like kill the guy who's playing Scrooge. Like knocks over a bookshelf, and everyone's like, "Oh!" And he's like, "Oh, darn!" Walks away. It's so funny. It's so ridiculous, but it's good.
My favorite thing about that adaptation, the Jim Carrey one, is probably the way that they portray Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come.
Interesting.
Because he's just the shadow that's constantly chasing Scrooge through everything.
Yeah.
It's a very creepy way of and unique way of portraying him, because he's usually just portrayed as this big cloaked figure,
Reaper looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I in that one I really liked the Christmas past stuff. Yeah. I feel like we got a lot more of it than I'm used to getting in it, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and it was
an interesting that one again.
It was an interesting choice to have Carrie play all of the ghosts.
Yeah.
As well.
He's so talented.
Yeah,
he's like annoyingly talented. But yes, that is the next one on the list. That is the 6th highest grossing Christmas film of all time.
Okay.
The 7th highest grossing Christmas film of all time. Still animated. The music in this movie is chef's kiss. It is so good. I think like half of this movie is played by the same person. In case that doesn't instantly give it away.
This is also a Bob Zemeckis movie. Yes. This one is actually starring Tom Hanks.
He plays everybody.
It is the Polar Express.
Oh my god, dude. I think the main Polar Express theme is like top 3 most beautiful pieces of music I've ever heard.
Yeah. I think the score is very good for that movie.
Yes, that is the 7th highest grossing Christmas film of all time, $315,249,000 from 2004.
Yeah, that was one of those first forays, or early forays, I should say, for Bob Zemeckis into the full-on mocap animation, and it very much leans into the uncanny valley of creepiness.
Yep.
Like, there's not a single character in that movie that's not creepy in some way, shape, or form.
I think Santa looks fine in the 35 seconds he's on screen. Yeah. Isn't that also the one where Steven Tyler is playing an elf? That's a good one. I need to watch that again.
That's another one that we watch at least once a year in our family.
I get that.
Yeah.
That one's good. Alrighty. The next one.
And this will be number 8.
Brother Man, I need you to expand what you think of as a Christmas movie.
Oh, God.
This is lowercase c Christmas. This is the one that I'm like, there's one scene where I'm like, I guess it is at Christmas. Oh boy. This movie ain't got shit to do with Christmas. I mean, like, nothing to do with Christmas.
So what in the movie would qualify it for people to call it a Christmas movie?
I can't tell you.
Because it would give it away. Is it a particular scene? Is it a song? Is it
not a song? There are no songs in this movie.
Okay.
It is a movie. Okay, so multiple well-known actors, actresses, like every lead in this, people that are still extraordinarily well known to this day. Movie's a little on the older side, pre-2000.
Okay.
Oh man, there is one role in particular that is a real career highlight for the person doing it, and it is not a good role. It is a despicable character that is unique, to say the least. This film, it is a sequel.
Okay.
Kind of.
Kind of.
It is a sequel, but there have been other movies and TV shows in the franchise before and after. None of them very Christmassy movies.
What is this?
Bro. This is the one on the list where I looked and I was like, what the fuck? Why is this on this list? This one's also really hard because a lot of the clues are like, they're like too good.
So is it just like one particular scene that's like somewhat tangential to Christmas that would make people say that this is a Christmas movie? Or is it like
kind of. There are two there are two bad guys, two antagonists in this movie.
okay?
One of them has a plan when they enact their big evil plan. It is taking place at Christmas. The way you know it's taking place at Christmas is because he puts like Christmas wrapping paper on his minions. Yeah.
What?
Both of the antagonists that I mentioned, they both die in this movie.
Okay.
There are theoretically in this, if you look at because I mentioned that there's stuff that comes before and stuff that comes after.
Sure.
If you look at the movies of this, it's hard to say because it's hard to be like the prequel, this one, the sequel, because they're not that related. The characters are the same, but there are like different actors in some of them and even different directors. But there's a group of them from this era. And this is the second of, I would say, 4.
Is this Christmas Vacation?
No. That's a good guess, though. But I feel like that's a hard C Christmas movie.
It is. That's why I was like, there's no way it couldn't be Christmas Vacation.
This is... Okay. This movie, I think, tonally tries to take itself very, very seriously, perhaps to the point it comes off goofy. Because when the bad guy announces his plan, he is like, this is the greatest plan of all time. And you're like, what the fuck? Okay. Fuck, this one's so hard without just giving it away.
I have no idea what the heck you're doing here, man.
Dude, it's
like you're talking about. So there's a bunch of movies in this franchise
and TV shows
but they
and
all,
comic books and video games. Huge franchise, monumentally huge. Still going to this day. Don't know if going strong is what I would say. But in this franchise, it is like you have this era, you have this era, you have this era. We are in the middle for this movie. There are ones that come before, mostly a TV show. Ones that come after, everything that I mentioned. Video games, animated TV shows, movies, comic books, fucking everything. This is the middle group, of which I would say there are 4 movies.
Is it Batman Returns?
It is fucking Batman Returns! The only thing I can think of is when the penguins have the missiles. I swear to God, I think there's like wrapping paper on the missiles.
Well, the entire movie takes place at Christmas.
But it has fucking nothing else to do with Christmas. It just happens to take place in that time of the year. And that's what I was talking about, like, because I was thinking about Batman and Danny DeVito being like not career defining, but definitely like career highlight.
It's one of the movies you think of when you think of Danny DeVito or Michael Keaton.
Yeah, and then you've got so the one before it is obviously just Batman, and then you've got Batman Returns, and then Batman Forever, and then Batman and Robin. So you've got the four.
That's that middle four.
Yeah, and then you've got
because you're talking about the
Adam West
show.
These middle, and then fucking afterwards everything.
Yeah, because you've got, and then you're talking about the animated series, and then you're talking about the Nolan films, and then
everything.
Yeah,
that is
I would say Batman is going relatively strong at this point.
I was thinking about The Flash.
That's fair.
Because that's the most recent live-action appearance of Batman.
That's fair. But, I mean, at the same time, you've got the Robert Pattinson
universe. Oh, fuck, that's right.
With the Batman.
So. Oh, that's my fucking favorite one. I forgot about it.
And I need to still need to watch The Penguin, but apparently that's really good.
But yes, 8th highest grossing of all time. $266,831,000.
Okay.
The next one. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just like...
That's hard.
It was hard. I feel like I think of it as more of a Christmas movie than you're thinking of it as.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but to me, the only thing I can think of is the fact that it happens at Christmas, and I swear to God, I think he, like, candy cane wraps their missiles.
I'm with you in the fact that it does not have, like... The story is not about Christmas itself, obviously. But, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay. Let's get number 9.
Number 9. Number 9 is one of the just like weirdest fucking movies. It is notable actors and actresses absolutely out the rear end. Okay. I mean, like everyone in this. You're like, you know their name. It is a supercast movie.
Is it Love Actually?
It is Love Actually. I was like, fuck, there's not a whole lot of clues I can get. The best fucking part of this movie is when Bill Nighy, who is the best part of this fucking movie. First off, he's the best part of anything he's a part of. Let's just go and get that one out of the way now.
Bill Nighy is fantastic.
If anyone maybe doesn't recognize the name, motherfucking Davy Jones. Like, he's...
From the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Oh, no, he's Davy Jones in real life. He is excellent. Oh, my God. But in this, he is a kind of rocker of yesteryear. And the studio's big idea for him to make his big return to music is to take one of his well-known songs and just make it about Christmas. He does not give a fuck in this movie. Yeah. His character, he is literally on a radio show and he says something and they're like, whoa, there are kids listening to this. He goes, oh, I'm sorry. He looks at the thing and is like, hey, kids, take a message from your uncle. I don't remember what his character is. Billy. Don't buy drugs. And everyone's like, oh, okay, good. And then he just stops me and he goes, become a rock star and people give them to you for free. And I'm just like, this man is my hero. This is the funniest fucking character. Oh my God. But yeah, you know, there are a couple of the supercast movies. There's like this, Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve. I think this is the best.
It probably is.
Yeah.
I mean, this one's really great. You've got such a stacked cast.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't start naming people because that list is going to go on for the next 30 minutes.
Like, it's insane how stacked that cast is.
Yeah.
Bill Nighy's story is definitely a highlight of that movie. I think of Liam Neeson's. I like Liam Neeson's storyline in it too. I know you don't care about it very much.
I think it's the one that the least amount happens in. Like everyone else, I don't know. It's fine. I like others of them more. I like Billy Bob Thornton being the fucking American president. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's funny. That's pretty funny.
Very, very good movie. Seen it many, many times. 9th highest grossing Christmas film of all time.
I was sitting here waiting for that.
For when it was going to be on the list.
I figured that one would be up there, so I was waiting.
It is number 9. $245,203,000 from 2003. And finally, number 10. Number 10 is a very good movie. It is in a franchise.
Okay.
Not the first one of the franchise.
Okay.
I think this one tends to get a bit overshadowed, which is a shame. It's very good. Not a hard C Christmas movie, but like a medium C Christmas movie.
So like it takes place around Christmas, but it's not really about Christmas.
Yeah. Yes. Oh boy. It takes place at Christmas, definitively at Christmas. A lot of the movie is about Christmas, but only in the sense of there's like a lot of travel going on, and there are a lot of things like, oh, it's Christmas time, so let's just hurry up and do what. Fuck, it's so hard to say this without saying what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Extraordinarily well-known actor in the lead role. Couple other pretty notable actors. One in particular that you and I are big fans of from something else. He's not in the movie very long. It is not the first one in a franchise. It is a franchise that this movie is pre-2000. I think the most recent one in the franchise was just a couple years ago.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Have they been consistently making the movies, or has it been like or was it
it was a few of them and then a pretty good break, and then I think 2 more.
Okay.
And even the time between those 2 may have been like 10-ish years.
And you said this one was what number?
Pre-2000.
It was pre-2000, and it's like the second movie in the...
I did not say that.
So
I said it's not the first one.
It's not the first one, so it's like the third movie in the...
I didn't say that. I'm not telling you what number it is. It's not the first one. And it's pre-2000, so it's clearly not the last ones.
Clearly. Jeez. Do all of the movies in the franchise have to do with Christmas?
No. Hard no.
So it's just this movie that has to do at all with Christmas.
There's another one that is lowercase c Christmas movie.
Okay.
That's one where it just happens to be taking place at Christmas. All of the other ones, not even slightly anything to do with Christmas. Same main character and actor in all of them. I do not believe there is I can definitively say there is not a single other character or actor, actress, anyone that's in all 5.
But the same actor plays the same character
in all 5, yes.
Even in the ones that just came out fairly recently.
Asterisk around fairly. The most recent one, maybe in the last 5 years. Hold, please. I want to make sure I'm not telling you anything too outrageous. Man, I lied right to your face. That most recent one came out 11 years ago.
In 2013.
Yep.
Okay.
Whoo, boy. Damn.
What is the date of the earliest one?
I'm not telling you that. Because I know you really... Oh, I just closed that list. I know you really keep movies for years, and I think that's too good of a hint. I think that's too much.
How many movies are there in this franchise? 5.
And I actually just looked up the years. A little more consistent than I thought. They don't feel like it. It feels like it was 1, 2, 3, big break. 4. Not as big of a gap as I thought there was.
And it's not the first in the franchise. So,
Correct.
So it's not like Die Hard or something like that.
It's not Die Hard.
Yeah. What genre do these films occupy?
Action.
So they're action movies.
You want to rephrase your question?
Which question?
The one you just asked me a minute ago.
About
Not genre.
About the genre?
Before that.
Oh, is it Die?
I told you it's not the first one.
Is it the second one?
Which is?
Die Hard 2.
It is Die Hard 2.
You said it. You said you didn't say it wasn't a sequel, which threw me off.
I said it was
You
not
said
the
it
first.
wasn't.
I didn't say it wasn't a sequel. I said it was not the first in the franchise.
And then I asked if it was the second, and then I said...
You said, is it the second? And I said, I didn't say that. You said, is it the third? And I was like, I didn't say that.
Which threw me off.
I didn't say sequel. You interpreted too much from my answer. 10th highest grossing Christmas film of all time. John Amos is the one that I was like, we really like him. He's in that movie for 2 minutes. Die Hard 2, 10th highest grossing Christmas film of all time. $240,031,000.
See, I was circling Die Hard that entire time, but I just overread your clues to be like, no, it must not be Die Hard. I don't remember the last Die Hard film being that recent. I thought it was like 2000s.
So the second one is 1990. There is a bit more of a space between 3 and 4, but the fourth one was 2007 with Justin Long.
Yeah, that's gonna be what
A Good Day, Die Hard.
A Good Day, and then really, Live Free or Die Hard came out in 2013. I could have sworn it was earlier than that.
I thought I was for some reason thinking it was later. Excuse me. Die Hard. 2 years later, Die Hard 2. 5 years later, Die Hard with a Vengeance, and then 12 years later. Between 3 and 4, it feels like longer than that, especially when you see them. And then 2007 was Live Free or Die Hard, and then A Good Day, Die Hard 2013. And John McClane is the character that's in all of them. Bruce Willis. Why do I keep closing that? But yes, that is the 10th highest grossing Christmas film of all time. I just want to hit a few of these notable ones because literally number 11 is Elf.
Yeah.
11th highest grossing, $225 million. The Holiday is number 12.
Okay.
205. The Santa Claus from 94, $190 million. While You Were Sleeping, number 14.
Okay.
Daddy's Home 2, number 15. Santa Claus 2, number 17. Four Christmases, number 18. Motherfucking Gremlins, 19. Arthur Christmas, number 20.
Okay.
Die Hard, number 21. And then Jingle All the Way, 23. Santa Claus 3, number 28. Ghost of Girlfriend's Past, 29. Christmas with the Cranks, 31.
That's not really a Christmas movie, though. Ghost of Girlfriend's Past.
Takes place at Christmas.
Eh.
I also think it's the fact that it's
in a Christmas Carol adaptation.
Yeah.
But other than that, it really doesn't take place at Christmas.
I mean, the next one is Nightmare Before Christmas, and it even has an asterisk next to it to be like, is Christmas movie, question mark? And then
the eternal debate.
Yeah. Violent Night, number 35. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, number 38.
Yeah.
Krampus, number 40. Scrooged is 41. A Medea Christmas is 42. My second favorite Medea movie. Miracle on 34th Street from 94 is number 46. And then The Holdovers, number 49 from 2023.
You know what? At least it's in the top 50.
Dude, I'm so stoked it is.
If you haven't watched The Holdovers, watch The Holdovers because The Holdovers is fantastic.
And if you have seen it, I think the greatest insult of all time is that you are penis cancer in human form. Dude, When we watched that, we had to pause it. I was laughing so hard I thought I was actually going to die.
Yeah.
That came so out of nowhere, but it was so freaking funny.
I've got to watch that one. That's gonna start getting it to be a part of my yearly rotation.
Holdovers.
Yeah.
It's such a good movie, but I gotta say the stuff with the woman and her son, it's really heavy.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'm like, I don't. That stuck with me a bit after the movie, so I don't know if I would make that a Christmas tradition for me. I'm looking for a little more feel good.
Sure, that's
time
fair.
of the year. But very, very, very good movie.
That's fair. I just love me some Paul Giamatti.
Oh yeah,
So.
100%.
All right, so that's the end of the top 10. What were these other ones you're going to torture me with now?
Highest grossing Christmas film franchises.
Okay.
This one I think is going to be significantly easier. When it says franchises, it really just means more than one film. One of these, I think, is a bit of a cheat answer. I don't think it is fair to put it on here the way that they do, but I still think you'll guess it. So, again, more than one film. God.
So is it? So there's more than one film, but are they the same story in the film, or is it just a series of films where each film is?
So the first one is definitively a movie, a sequel, a sequel.
Okay.
Second one, two versions of the same story.
Okay.
The third one, movie, sequel, sequel. Second one, fourth one, movie, sequel. Fifth one, movie, sequel. So they're all in order except number 2.
Okay.
Okay? So what do you think is the highest grossing Christmas film franchise of all time?
So are there only 2 films in this, or is there like more than that?
There are more than 2.
You're not going to give me exactly how many there are because it would give me too much information.
If I tell you exactly how many are in the full franchise, I think that's going to be a misleading answer. And when you figure out what it is, you'll know why.
Because they don't all have to do with Christmas.
That is part of it. Another part of it is they just kept going with these movies. Not the same actor after the first couple. It's one of those things where there's probably been like 10.
Is it the Home Alone franchise?
It is Home Alone. Yeah. That's why I was like, because it's Home Alone 1, 2, and 3 from 1990, 92, and 97.
Yeah.
The total worldwide box office for these 3 films is $914,762,000. 3 films. Highest grossing, it's the original, Home Alone.
I was going to say, because the latter half of that franchise were not released in theaters. They were all like direct-to-video.
Yeah, and see, even Home Alone 3 does not have Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah, no, that's when they started. It does have a young Scarlett Johansson, though.
Oh. Yeah, this is Alex Lins.
Alex D. Lins, the original voice of Arnold in Hey Arnold.
Why are you so obsessed with that show?
I love that show. It's one of my favorites.
It's fine.
You
Yeah.
didn't grow up watching a lot of Nickelodeon and Disney Channel, so you don't get it, man.
No, I was Cartoon Network. I will say it is a little rough to. It's nice that this is number 1, but the difference in box office from number 1 to 2, and then from 2 to 3. Number 1, 476 million. Number 2, 358 million. Number 3, 79 million.
Jeez.
$280 million difference between 2 and 3.
Okay, so what's the sitch with number 2?
Not sequels.
Not sequels.
Not sequels.
So they're the same story, just being adapted.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't have made a face. That is true.
Okay, so it's basically the same. Just
same
one was
characters and a different enough adaptation that I feel like it's hard to definitively say the same story.
Okay.
But yes, the same story. It's not like a beat for beat remake type thing.
Is it like an original movie, then they remade it, or is it like an adaptation of like a book, or is it
a film adaptation of a film.
A film adaptation of a film.
Yes.
Okay, so the original film was made, then they adapted the film into a new film
and then they did it again.
When they remade it.
And then they did it again.
And it's Christmas.
Hard C. We have talked about both of these.
Is it Miracle on... It's not Miracle on 34th Street because they didn't make a third one.
I also would not be happy right now if it was Miracle on 34th Street. We've talked about both of these a lot.
Oh, is it The Grinch?
It is The Grinch. I was like, the three... Because when I said the half, I'm like, there's the movie musical version they did, and then I was going to be like, oh no, ignore that, never mind.
Movie musical.
Yeah, Matthew Morrison was the Grinch. It was not good.
Oh yeah, I think you've shown me a couple clips or something.
It's not. Yeah, I thought he did a good job. Music's not great. There was one song I was like, that's pretty good. Everything else, eh. And I think it was done during COVID, so there's no audience.
Right.
And that, as a theater person, makes a world of difference.
Yeah. So we're talking about
The Grinch from 2018 and How the Grinch Stole Christmas from 2000.
And then of course, not included in that gross, you're gonna have the original cartoon from the 1960s.
I was like, you said from, and I'm like, yep, the old one.
I think it's the 60s. It might be the 70s.
These two films together have grossed $872,583,000, with the highest grossing being the number one highest grossing Christmas film of all time.
That makes sense, being that both films are in the top 10 of the highest grossing of all time. So that makes sense. Okay.
The next one,
and this is number 3.
Number 3. Movie sequel. But yet again, for this one, for whatever reason, for option 3 and 4, this list does not include the full franchise. These are well-known Christmas movies. Hard C Christmas movie. Hard C Christmas movie.
Okay.
Multiple of these were on that list of highest grossing, not necessarily in the top 10. I've read all of them, but not necessarily in the highest grossing. Same actor and a lot of the same characters and all.
Okay.
I believe you like these movies significantly more than I do. All of these are not... I said there was an entry within the last 2 years, not included in this list. Included in the franchise, but not on this list.
Okay. How many movies are in the franchise?
5 or 6? I believe the most recent entry was a TV show.
The most recent was a TV show.
I think. I don't care enough about these to have kept up with them that much. Same actor in all of them. You fucking love these movies.
Is it the Santa Claus?
It is a Santa Claus. Wasn't there a TV show in the last?
Yeah, they did a couple seasons of a TV show on Disney Plus.
Are there 5 movies in a TV show?
No, there's only 3 movies in the TV show.
Bullshit. There have been more movies.
No, there's only 3.
Damn it. Thought there were more.
That's what threw me off a little bit. Was like you said 4 or 5 movies.
Oh yeah, sequel television series. Shit, that's my bad. I thought there were more.
Yeah, no, there was just the original one. Then they had about 10 years between it and the sequel, where he gets the wife, and then
94, 2002, then 2006.
Yeah, and that's the one with Martin Short as Jack Frost.
Total worldwide gross for the box office between these three: $470,125,000. Highest grossing is the original Santa Claus.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
And that was number 3.
That was number 3. Number 4. It is the first 2 movies of a franchise that the franchise keeps going. But these are the only 2 that are even kind of Christmas related.
Okay.
5 movies in the franchise.
Okay. Are we sure about those 5 movies?
100%.
Okay.
Because I looked it up 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
In order to tell you the most recent one was in 2013. You technically already said
Die Hard.
Yeah, Die Hard 1 and 2.
Wow. So even though only the first 2 movies take place at Christmas, we're including that as the highest grossing.
381,634,000.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, big difference between this and the next one. Difference of 280 million across the franchise from this and number 5. Oh my god.
I can't believe we're including that on there.
Well, I just looked at number 7, and number 7 is Silent Night, Deadly Night. And I wish that was higher. Those movies are...
Lord, we're really falling off if that's number 7.
Yeah, you want to hear these numbers, though? Number 7, the 7th highest grossing Christmas film series of all time in box office. Silent Night, Deadly Night, 2.7 million. The first one grossed 2.5.
That's I was about to say, that was basically the only one that might have been released in, like, theaters. Maybe they released the second one.
Well, the second one only grossed 154,000.
Yeah.
This third one grossed 100,000.
Yeah.
Whew. But man, that first one did okay. Okay, number 5. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I don't believe you've seen these movies.
Okay.
You know of them. I mentioned an actor earlier that is in these movies.
We've mentioned a lot of actors, bruv.
2 movies in the franchise. Not family-friendly Christmas movies. Like, not at all Christmas movies.
Okay.
The actor that we mentioned is in Love Actually.
So they're in Love Actually.
Yes.
Are they one of the main people in Love Actually? Like one of the main leads of one of the main storylines?
Brendon, there are 95 leads in that movie. They are one of the biggest names in the movie. I'll say that. Certainly one of the biggest names. Even amongst that crowd, I would say one of the biggest names. Very good actor. I would argue very underrated actor. Because they do one style of acting so well that I think people tend to view them as a very comedic person, which they're very funny. But whenever they do like more dramatic stuff, it hits. This, not the dramatic. This is goofball, sleazeball.
Okay.
Not family friendly. Fuck.
Okay, so there's only 2 movies in this franchise.
To the best of my knowledge, yes. And there are only 2 on this list.
Are they hard C Christmas?
Technically, yes. Yes. If you've seen them, you would know why I said technically. Even just based on the name, you would never assume this is not a Christmas movie.
Okay.
I'm now getting slightly nervous. You maybe don't know the names of these. I would seriously bet money you've never seen them.
Okay,
I've only seen the first one.
So the only 2 actors that we've talked about that were in Love Actually, that we've talked about earlier at all today, are Bill Nighy and Liam Neeson.
No, that is incorrect information.
We talked about, what, Alan Rickman?
No. He's in that movie, yes. We talked about more. See, this is what kills me. I give you one clue and then I give you more, but you're like a dog latched on and won't let go of that one.
I'm too fixated.
It's Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah. I had to give you that because you weren't going to get off of it otherwise.
So it's the Bad Santa movies.
Bad Santa movies.
Okay.
5th highest grossing Christmas film franchise of all time, 100,568,000.
That's kind of wild. What's number 6?
Nativity.
Oh, so like the Nativity.
Danger in the Manger, Dude, Where's My Donkey, Nativity from 2009, Rocks, ! This Ain't No Silent Night.
I don't know what the heck these are.
I looked up Nativity earlier because it was on the list for highest grossing, but it wasn't the top 10. and it is a 2009 British Christmas musical comedy, which I feel like told me everything I needed to know.
Okay, then.
Starring Martin Freeman, Mark Wooten, Ashley Jensen, Jason Watkins, Alan Carr, Pam Ferris, and Ricky Tomlinson.
Yeah, I would not have
Didn't
gotten
really
anything
gross a
out.
whole lot by comparison.
Yeah.
Like, that film franchise grossed $38 million. The highest grossing in it was $14 million, which is lower than every other movie I've done on this list so far, even including Home Alone 3.
So what else rounds out the top 10?
It only gives me 7.
It only gives you 7.
To be fair, I mean, with 7 being Silent Night,
Yeah,
Deadly Night,
it's probably not much more.
I think they're like, okay, that's enough list.
I would have thought maybe like with all the adaptations of like A Christmas Carol that there are.
I don't know if you consider that a franchise, though. I think it's they're each individual
That's
adaptations.
fair. It depends on how you're defining franchise.
Yeah, because the only one of these that was not sequel was The Grinch.
Yeah.
And they did not include the animated one that predated these two. For some reason, they paired these two together. So
Yeah, because they're the theatrically released ones.
that's fair.
All right, well, that was fun for you, I'm sure. That wasn't as fun for me.
The way you interpret clues bothers me sometimes, but fair. Yeah, we thought we would just try to do something a little fun at the end of the year. We are going to next year get back into a lot more like research-driven episodes and more breakdowns of specific things. I will say that my schedule the last few months has made it very difficult to plan stuff out the way we used to.
Yeah, we had to. This one was kind of the result of having to come up with something really last minute to try to fit into the end of the schedule.
My bad.
So,
yeah, if anyone doesn't do theater, spoiler alert, it absorbs your entire life for months at a time.
Yep, it does.
Speaking of theater, I was going to mention something funny earlier. There was a theater close by that was doing a production of Christmas Carol, and the director asked me to come audition for it, and I was like, I'll do it on one condition. I want to play Tiny Tim. If you guys don't know this, I am 6'4". I am a large, burly dude, and the idea of me playing Tiny Tim is the fun. And I was like, I want a crutch that's like 6 inches tall, and I will use it walking out. Like oh my god, it'd be so funny.
Yeah, your back would be killing you even more than it already is.
That's fair. And then someone's like, but they have to pick you up. I'm like, no, at that point it's funnier if I pick them up.
Yeah.
God bless us. Scoop everyone. Tiny Tim just carries Scrooge off stage.
Now, here's the real question. Is it just the straight adaptation of A Christmas Carol to stage, or is it the musical?
That one was a straight adaptation, but I think it was a funnier... Because that's one thing with Christmas Carol. There have been 100,000 different versions for stage.
Yeah.
Which I wish... Stop doing that. Just write something new. But anyway, this one was a bit funnier anyway, which is why I was... Because if it was this like the serious... I was like, no, don't. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He did not go for it, in case you're curious. I did not get to play Tiny Tim in that production.
Clearly.
What I actually got to do that same year, though, is that was the year that we did... no. We did Christmas Spirits, which was based off the idea of the British people and English people telling ghost stories around Christmas time. The most famous of all time being Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess all's well that ends well.
Yeah, that's an old tradition. Ghosts are were traditionally much more associated with Christmas than they were even with Halloween and stuff like that for the longest time.
Yeah, no thanks. I'll take my eggnog and happy Christmas music.
Well, now we're gonna get Nosferatu coming out.
Oh my
Christmas
god.
Day.
I'm so excited.
So we're getting a little bit of that taste of, we got this little bit of spookiness coming in on Christmas. So it's gonna be fun this year. So excited for that movie. It's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, but in the meantime, if you've stuck with us this long, thank you for experiencing the first year of Story Proof.
And in the near future, if you're coming to us after this has been published.
And thank you for listening to a video at the end of the first year of Story Proof.
We hope that we bring some enjoyment to whoever decides to come back over and over.
Yeah.
We're thankful for everybody who gives us the time. So
Yeah, and I mean, if you guys didn't know, we just started this because we're just two friends who like to talk about stuff like this. We like the idea of maybe getting to share it with people and having them maybe share their ideas or opinions with us. So, again, if you're here, thank you.
yeah,
If you have any ideas or anything you think you'd like to hear us talk about, let us know. But yeah,
yeah, we're just here to have some fun and talk about some stories.
yeah. Well, thank you so much for wrapping up the year with us. And I'm Bradley.
And I'm Brendon.
And this has been Story Proof.